Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Connect, Share, Prosper. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, Chaz Wilson, and our very first guest we've ever had on the show, Chaz.
Yes, I'm so excited. Here we are with Connect, Share, Prosper, this awesome podcast, so many great things. But what I realized is we talk a lot, Chris, you and I have talked a lot about impact and doing our important work and the things that happen in it. So I thought, let's not talk about it. Let's hear what the important work is doing and others who are doing important work. So I invited our guest today, Brian Solt, who is a real estate agent in the South Florida area. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, super excited. So, Brian, you are a member of Master Networks and have been for several years, right? How many years have you been a member of Master Networks?
Just over 5.
5 years. I mean, we've only been around 7.5, and this guy has been a member for 5.5 years. So let's go back to the beginning, okay? Share with Chris and I and those who are listening, why did you join Master Networks? What attracted you to it? And so why did you become a member of Master Networks?
Yeah, I was invited to join, and there were no chapters in my area at the time in the county or even in this Southwest area. And so someone said, hey, would you like to start a chapter in our area? And I said, well, I've never done that type of networking before, but I had been to after hours and socials and things and was just getting my feet wet with networking. And it was awkward for me to come in there and try to find, my way through the crowds. So I thought, what better way than to start off small, like with a core group of people and hone my skills as we continue to grow our chapter. And so it started out for 2 reasons. One was to grow my business through referrals, and 2 was to hone my leadership skills.
And so tell us about the chapter. Like, I know you didn't get a real quick start. You guys kind of grew, went small, grew, got big. Now you guys tell us a little bit about what's going on today.
Yeah. So when we originally started out with 4 people in a Perkins, and it was weird and awkward. There was a lot of stuff going on around us, and we're sitting around our table doing our thing. And my first milestone was always to hit 15 as quickly as we could. Yeah. And it took us about probably a year to hit 15.
Yeah.
It took a year before I even got my first referral from the group, but I was just dedicated to getting the folks together, and we were having some fun connecting, and I was learning a lot through the people in the group. And I remember even at one point we got to 15, and at the end of the year, we lost 4 or 5 members. And I was like, oh gosh, I thought I was going to be done with the whole networking thing. I had a VP who was fantastic. I actually met her through LinkedIn, invited her to the group, and she was a hotel manager. And she said, you know what, we got this. We can do it. Let's stick through it. And so we ended up growing from 10 at that time up to 22 members within 3 or 4 months. We just started changing our language a little bit and really hit it hard. And so from there, eventually I actually had the opportunity to take on the whole region as a regional partner. And now those 4 people that we started out with in Perkins are now 220 people throughout Southwest Florida here. And we have 8 chapters, and we average about 25 members per chapter. And
wow,
you just watch the relationships flourish, and it's so much fun to connect with everyone.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So you see this growth that's just been incredible. So let me ask you this: 5.5 years, and that you've seen this grow over all this time. So tell me about why. I heard why you started, but why do you stay? During this time, 5.5 years, ups, downs, growth. Now you got everything's real good now, but why did you stay all along the way?
Yeah. So it started out in the beginning with the referrals, and 1/3 of my business, in real estate came from the referrals through the particular chapter that I was in once we started getting it to the plus side of 20 people. And then even when I moved out, I don't really talk about real estate in all the groups anymore because of the, to honor our exclusivity. But the relationships are so powerful. The things that I've learned, the way that I approach my sales business now, when I'm more relational. I think in the beginning, I used to be very transactional. I was the guy with some business cards and talking about real estate and putting people to sleep. But now I don't really even bring business cards with me. It's all just about creating friendships, and I've learned that through our members. And just listening to the powerful stories and watching the success of my friends that I've invited to Master Networks. And down in Naples, we had some amazing testimonials that were going around the room that brought tears to members' eyes, and another member reached out to me. He's like, hey, did you hear what was going on? And so there was a training tidbit that we did that was talking about optimism and pessimism. And a gentleman came in and he stood up at the end of it and he said, listen, without optimism, we really don't have a chance, even with the world and the state that it's in, we really need to be optimistic. And he shared some of, he got really vulnerable with the room and shared his upbringing and where he came from, and how optimism God of glory could be, and how his Master Networks family supports him. And then another gentleman who's from another country really shared about his interaction with Master Networks. He really feels accepted more than he's felt accepted from anywhere else with his Master Networks family. And so just one after another around the room, people just started sharing about their connections and their family, that they've created from meeting week to week.
Wow. That just really validates, Chris and I were talking about this before we started. I mean, it really validates. We just did a recent survey of all of our members. 604 people replied. So a really good, vast amount of people we got the information from. 53% said they joined because they wanted referrals, but 65% said they stay because of the relationships, right? Those are the number one reason that they stay. So the relationships, as you just stated.
The members are here. They're my friends. They're my family. Like some of us, not too long ago, we all went out and motorcycle riding together. And there's about 10 of us. And I don't have a motorcycle right now, but another gentleman lent me his chopper.
Wow.
You got to be some good friends. You know what I mean? For someone to lend you a motorcycle.
Yeah,
right.
Big time.
Like that without the connections, through the friends and family here. So.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How has Master Networks helped you, whether it be professionally or personally, just overall, how has it helped you and impacted your life?
Yeah, in so many different areas. I mean, for my business, it's helped me grow my business for real estate. A lot, a third of my referrals came from the real estate. And then on top of that, becoming a regional partner, it's become my business now. And the reason why I took that on is I had such success in my business within my chapter. I wanted to share that and spread that throughout Southwest Florida and give other people that opportunity. The friendships, some of my best friends now I've met through networking and through Master Networks. And I've just created amazing relationships. The education that I've received from the trainings in our bond and our 5 business disciplines and our training tidbits, as well as just watching the other members and watching them on a regular basis. You are the average of the closest 5 people in your life. And so they've taken me from here and have really raised me to the next level. And then just even giving back, just the things that we've gotten connected with. We have some local nonprofits here, and so we've been able to give back to the nonprofits. Even just within the membership base itself, watching our members who are service-based, and really about what can they do to make a difference rather than where's my referral and where's my lead. They're focused on how can I support the others, and it's just it's amazing to watch that. And even for me, when I'm doing business with another Master Networks member, they're not just a partner or someone that I'm reaching out to do business with. They're a friend before I'm doing business with them. So I've had, carpet cleaners in my house. I've worked with mortgage lenders and title companies and the auto mechanic. I'm not just talking to them because I need my truck fixed. Like I've seen them week after week and they're a friend. And now they're working on my car and I completely trust them. And I can refer them to any of my friends. And I know that what they're saying to me is honest. And I don't feel like I'm getting robbed, so it's really elevated, I think, my just life in general, because I'm doing business with my friends and not just with other professionals out there.
So good. So real quick, what would you say to somebody who maybe is thinking about, they heard this, they come across Master Networks. What would you say to them?
Do it. Don't wait. Get out of your head and just come to one of our chapter meetings. It's free to visit. All visitors are welcome. And just see what we're about, just to come experience it. And when you sign on board, just trust the process and go with the flow. You're going to meet some amazing friends that are going to become your family, and it might not happen overnight, but you meet week to week. And, as what I've learned from you and Dave Jenks, spaced repetition creates implementation. And you start seeing these people week after week and doing our trainings week after week and hearing sound bites week after week. It really just becomes a part of your life. And it's definitely enhanced my life and just brings me joy. Every day I wake up and I drive an hour and a half to Sarasota and I drive an hour to Naples. And, sometimes I have to be at these meetings at 8 a.m. So I'm leaving my house at, 6. And not once have I ever gotten up and said, I got to drive again. It's just like, all right, I can't wait to see, what's going to happen today, who I'm going to meet today. Like, what's the new face that's going to walk in the room today?
I love it. So good. So good, Brian. I think, Chaz, with that, I can't imagine anybody listening would want to learn more about how to actually find a chapter. Like if people want to find a chapter where they are, how do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, if you can relate to Brian's story, or you want a powerful network like that you can increase your business, recession-proof your business, come join us at Master Networks. Go to masternetworks.com, search the chapters, start a chapter, become a member, come find us, come join the movement that is Master Networks.
Awesome. Brian, Chaz, thanks for a great episode today, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy.